Hey guys, welcome to Manifesting Better. I'm back with another video and another topic that needs to be addressed. I also have an Instagram account, the link for that is in the description box below. Coaching is also available, the link for that too is in the description box below. 3 things I definitely avoided while manifesting love. Hey guys, hope you're well. And in this video, I want to talk about 3 things that I avoided while I was manifesting love in my life. Now, in my last video, I have talked about the 3 things that I did, which actually helped me manifest love faster. And in that video, I also told you guys and promised that I will be making a next video where I would be talking about the 3 things that I avoided. So I would recommend that if you want to watch these videos together, like a series would be better. So watch the previous one first, but you can watch this one and then go watch that one too. Like I would prefer that you watch both these videos because it will make more sense. So let's just directly get into it. One thing I would mention here again, which I mentioned in the previous video too, is that this is not just for romantic relationships. This is for all relationships in my life. Because as I was manifesting situations when I was changing, I saw that I suffered in all relationships. I did not have a good relationship with my family. I did not have a particularly good social circle. I did not have a good romantic relationship at all. And the worst thing was that I did not actually have a good relationship with myself. So for me to be able to manifest love and to get better at it, it was not something that I was just doing for manifesting an intimate relationship. For me, it was something that I cannot avoid. For me, it was just something that I had to do for all relationships in my life. So we are social beings. Human beings are social beings. Working on a relationship is non-negotiable, right? Having relationships in your life is non-negotiable. But that is one thing that is not taught in schools. You are not taught in schools how to get great at relationships. There is no class on how to put boundaries with your person in relationships. There is no class about how to make sure that your needs are met. Like these things are not taught, hoping that they would be moving forward, or social media will help people learn about these things. So let's just directly get into it. The first thing that I did definitely avoided while manifesting love was that I didn't do it for them. So this is one thing that comes up definitely. One of the biggest issues that comes with clients is that we all are just doing all these processes for the outside to change. And when I say the outside to change, it usually is one specific person. It usually is someone to change outside. It usually is to just get a better friend circle. One thing that you have to understand is you cannot fake the process. The process of manifestation is something that you can tell yourself that I am doing it and not do it, but the world won't change if you actually are not changing. One thing I made sure when I was getting into this process is that I was doing it for me, right? I didn't do it just to change the outside. I was doing it for me because I was sick of having the same kind of relationships. I was sick of waking up every day and feeling alone all the time. I did not want to be in a dynamic where I romanticized the concept of love ever again. I did not want to be cheated on. I did not want to be left. I did not want to not be a priority in my life and others. So when I started doing this process, when I started changing, all the change was for me. It wasn't directed towards someone. Yes, I wanted people to act a certain way. I wanted to change relationships in my life outside. But I really genuinely asked myself, if all this work doesn't actually bring about a change in the outside world, would I still do it? Because the answer came down to be yes, that I would. Yes, I would still do the work. Yes, no matter what happens, I would still work on myself. And that is the foundation that I wanted to build, because it was irrespective of outside people changing for me to change. It was irrespective of how women were treating me, how my friends were treating me, because I knew that I had to do this for myself. I get a lot of clients who are just doing it for the outside to change. I will give you an example. The other day, I was talking to this client, and she's someone who has taken coaching from me. She took a one-time session, and now she came back like after I think 4 or 5 months to take more coaching. And this time, she wanted a prolonged form of coaching. Honestly, at that time when she first connected to me, I recommended her that a long form of coaching would be more suitable for you. And I never push people to go for investing in themselves. If they feel aligned to, they do it. So at that time, she said that I would like to first try a 1 hour thing, and I said definitely, like I intend that works for you. So we started and we worked for that, and what eventually happened was I told her all these things, how she should work on herself, her relationship patterns, we discussed all this, and then she started working on herself, right? A few months after that, she came back and she texted me that, hey Karan, I have been doing all this work on myself, but my SP still doesn't view my stories. and all these things still don't happen. Like, he still doesn't like me, I still don't see him reaching out to me, I am still blocked. All that, after talking to her, it was just an indication, and she accepted it, that hey, I just know that I have been faking this all this time. Even when I was doing my affirmations after that, I was just used to check, like I just used to check, where is he reaching out, is he checking my stories? Today I did 5 affirmations, where is he reaching out to me? And that was just an indication that she's just doing all of this for him, not exactly for her, right? And that is what we are now starting to work on, and she's of course starting to feel better already, because we are, connecting, and on a daily basis we are in touch. But it's important to understand that the work that you have to do has to be for you. The work that you have to do does not have to be for the outside to change. The outside changing is a reflection of that. So keeping that in mind would be absolutely essential. The next thing that I absolutely avoided is chasing. Now, let me just tell you what chasing includes for me. Chasing for me includes, in the theoretical way, anything that actually compromises my attention's value. So my attention, I have a price tag on it, right? For someone to gain my attention, they need to do a certain set of things that I seem worthy or not worthy for them to actually receive a reaction, a response, or anything from me, right? That also goes for me. For me to be able to respond to someone and to react in a way which is not really helpful for me, I need to actually have something. I just don't want to react on anything because I value my attention too much. I know where my attention goes, that is something that comes into my life, right? So I only give my attention to things that are important. Anything that compromises that is for me chasing. Some practical examples of chasing which are very common that people do, and I have done that too. In my life, I have been a culprit of chasing people, stalking, social media stalking, checking to see if they are actually, replying to my texts or not, consistently talking about them with other people, consistently complaining about these situations, seeing if they have viewed my story or not, seeing if I am still in their close friends list or not. These things only provide a false sense of connection. It is not something real, it's just a false sense of connection, which makes you feel that in some way, shape, or form, they are still a part of my life. But these small things, when you do these, they are actually very demeaning to you. It's just that in that moment, what is happening is that there isn't any instant result out of it. So when you chase, in that instant moment, you don't get some consequence of it instantly, right? The consequences come later when you have made a habit and you have gotten into a place where you have gotten into a chronic chasing habit, and then you see that you are consistently chasing, you don't get what you want, and you are suffering in relationships, and then you wonder why. Because you do this, you know that chasing is not helpful. It's not something that you need to go into. It's just because you don't see the instant consequence of it that we do it. That's why people smoke, right? Because we don't see the instant consequence of that one cigarette. But eventually later, as we build it up, we later see the consequences, and by that time they're sometimes not reversible. That's something that you have to keep in mind. Every time I'm chasing, I'm establishing myself to be someone who values their time so little that they would spend it waiting for someone to view their story for a false sense of connection. That's the identity that I'm building up for myself. And I really asked myself, if that is the identity that I would build up for myself, if I would meet a girl and she would have this kind of identity for herself, would I really want to meet her? Would I really want to date her? If I consider myself a high value individual, why would I want to be in contact with someone who values their time so little, whose attention is just available for anything, who does not actually respect themselves? And when I changed that, I just asked myself, would I date myself as if I'm now, like the way that I'm now? The answer was a big no. So that made me, forced me to stop this habit of chasing. And I compel you to, if you take anything from this video, stop chasing. Next, I stopped complaining about situations. Now, complaints come in various shapes, various ways, right? So usually while manifesting love, the kind of complaints that we have is, oh, he doesn't value my time. He doesn't give me what I want. He's not texting me back. It has been 2 hours, 12 minutes, 13 seconds. She's not doing that for me. She does not call or text me. Oh, she said this instead of that. Oh, she posted this picture on Instagram. Oh, she did, in the past that happened. Why did she do this? Why did that person do this? Don't they value me? Don't they like me? Don't they think I'm important? All these things were just creating, again, an identity of someone who was a complainer, who didn't get life, who didn't understand that things are happening and I don't have to be reactive to it, whose attention is not important to him.
And while building that identity up, what I saw is that it became a self-fulfilling loop. So I saw some things that I did not like, I reacted on them. These things happened more, I reacted more, these things happened more, and then I reacted more. So it became a self-fulfilling loop of my self-sabotage. And I understood that I would never want to be associated with someone who complains about life, because that's one sure way of making sure that you're not taking responsibility. And as I stopped that, it gave me a very, very, very big relief in my mind, because then when I woke up, I saw that I'm not complaining about anything. I'm taking responsibility for my life. I'm facing it head on in an offensive mode. I'm actually creating. I'm not just running and hoping that I survive out of this. Once I started doing that, I stopped getting things to complain about. So I would highly recommend that to you too. I hope this video made sense to you, and I hope that you actually stop doing these things, because regardless if you are manifesting love, any relationships or anything in your life, this will never help you grow. So I will see you guys in the next video and hope you have a good one.
Click the like button if you liked the video. Subscribe and turn the notifications on for more such content. Comment down your video suggestions and I will see you guys in the next one.